Hey guys, and welcome back finally to the series where we talk nothing but Fantasy Premier League. Firstly, an apology to all my subscribers for the extremely long break since my last upload. What was meant to be a really short break over Christmas has ended up lasting 3 months. Simply put, things have just been so busy lately and I haven't had time to keep making these videos. But cheers to you all for the messages and support, and most importantly, for staying a subscriber of the channel. I'll do my best to upload as much as possible from now until the end of the season, so be sure to stay tuned, and I think I've got some really good ideas for some FPL content next season too. So let's move swiftly on and get talking FPL. Since leaving you, my team have had a pretty consistent run over the last 3 months. In my last video, my overall rank sat around 125,000, and now, as we head into April, my side have taken a consistent rise into the top 68,000 of all FPL managers, a position I'd be pretty delighted with come the end of the season. I'm yet to use my second wildcard, but have used the triple captainship for Aguero's double game week a few weeks back. In Game Week 29, my team collected a very respectable 71 points. This was mainly down to my captain Lukaku, who's been in blistering form recently, and despite leaving it late, ended up bagging 2 goals in the final 4 minutes against Hull last week. And a special mention goes to Jordan Pickford, who's finally back from injury and already proving that when fit, he's an excellent budget goalkeeping option. Aguero hasn't exactly been prolific in recent weeks, but he's still on a slow uprise in form, and with Jesus still out injured, all that matters is that Aguero is playing, because we all know when played, he could explode at any given game week. Just the one transfer for me so far this game week. With Seamus Coleman suffering that awful leg break during the internationals, I've brought in the in-form Antonio Valencia, who's picked up 5 points or more in each of the last 5 game weeks. As it stands right now, I'm not over the moon with the look of my side heading into Game Week 30. Having no Leicester cover is certainly concerning me, and also not yet owning Dele Alli or Christian Eriksen, which could also be costly. Liverpool underperforming hasn't helped me either, especially Coutinho, who's been a massive letdown since his return from injury. Honestly, I'm just torn between giving them all one last chance or pulling the trigger on that wildcard. With the form Lukaku's been in recently, it's hard to look elsewhere for a captain in Game Week 30, but Aguero facing an Arsenal side devoid of any confidence is certainly strong in my considerations. So for this game week, it's definitely a toss-up between those two. But as of right now, I'm thinking the sensible option is sticking with Lukaku. So you've probably noticed, it's not the most star-studded of players to watch this week. I have been away a while, so perhaps I'm getting rusty, but I've definitely taken a few little gambles on who I think could be a good shout for Game Week 30. To start my players to watch, I've gone for Alfie Mawson of Swansea. After a really good spell under new boss Paul Clement, Swansea have now hit a small slump, losing their last 2 games. However, they now host Middlesbrough at home, and the key stat in my thoughts here is that Middlesbrough's goal scoring away from home has been absolutely abysmal, with only 1 goal on the road in their last 7 league games. This point alone shows that Alfie Mawson has a great chance of a clean sheet here, but he's also got 4 goals himself this season, offering a goal threat. So at 4.6 million, he could be an excellent budget option, especially if you're looking for someone cheap to come in for the injured Seamus Coleman. As a more expensive replacement for Seamus Coleman, more of a straight swap, I've gone for Antonio Valencia. He's now returned 5 points or more in his last 5 FPL fixtures. That's exceptional form for a defender, and during this spell, he's picked up a goal and 2 assists. With United growing in confidence, he seems like a wise defensive option, with West Brom and Sunderland to play in 2 of his next 3 games. Next up is Joshua King of Bournemouth. Now, whenever a player of Josh King's price tag goes on a superb run like he has, my personal feeling is it's got to end soon. Surely this run can't continue. But honestly, it'd be criminal not to feature Josh King this week. His point hauls in recent weeks have been nothing short of exceptional. Not only is he a bargain price of 5.8 million, but he's also classed as a midfielder, making him seem an outstanding option at the moment. If, like myself, you're not on the Joshua King bandwagon just yet, keep in mind that Bournemouth's fixtures are set to get a lot harder in the coming weeks, with Liverpool, Chelsea and then Spurs in his next 4 fixtures. He is proving a handful up front though, so could still be an excellent option regardless of this difficult run-in. Lanzini of West Ham is definitely worth a mention this week. Since Payet's departure from West Ham, he's been the main man for the Hammers and has been picking up some serious points in recent weeks. Due to this upturn in form, he'll no doubt be a popular choice among FPL managers, at a mild 6.4 million. There's one thing that's important to note though, and that's that all 4 of his goals that he scored recently have all come at home. So before you go transferring Lanzini straight into your side, keep in mind that his upcoming 2 fixtures are away from home, and he's failed to return points on his last 3 trips on the road. There's something for you to consider, but he's certainly still one to keep an eye on. And even when he hasn't returned points, his performances have been very good. Dele Alli of Spurs is once again going through a purple patch, just like he did a few months ago. He's got 3 goals in his last 3 games now, and Spurs will be looking at someone to step up with Harry Kane out injured. With his midfield counterpart Eriksen also in good form, that could be a great formula for Dele Alli to shine. He also took the penalty in their 2-1 win over Southampton in Gameweek 29, which for me gives Dele Alli a slight edge over Christian Eriksen at the moment. As of now, Dele Alli is seeming a very sensible choice for FPL managers, and offers a very good like-for-like swap for the underperforming Philippe Coutinho. As mentioned earlier, I have thrown in a few gambles in my players to watch this week, and probably my biggest punt of all is featuring Oumar Niasse. 2 game weeks ago, Hull went on to beat Swansea in what was a massive victory for them, and Niasse was the hero, scoring both goals. In Hull's last fixture, their 4-0 defeat to Everton, Niasse was sorely missed due to being on loan and not being eligible, but he should return against West Ham, and I'm hoping he'll lead the line. Now, considering West Ham have shipped 3 goals in each of their last 2 games and are on a bad spell of 3 defeats in 3, I think Oumar Niasse could be a great outside punt for this week. Leicester's dramatic turn in form since Ranieri's departure is now presenting us FPL managers with some good differentials. Anyone who's been taking FPL half seriously this year would have been avoiding Leicester players like the plague. But now, with Shakespeare in charge, and with the team finally putting a shift in, some of their players are finally starting to seem like very decent options as we approach the back end of the season. Jamie Vardy, with just 10% ownership, and Mahrez, with just 8%, have home fixtures against Stoke and Sunderland in their next 2 games, so I couldn't blame anyone bringing either one of those players in for the coming weeks. At the moment, things just seem to be going from bad to worse for Arsenal. With uncertainty over Wenger's future and 4 defeats in 5 for Arsenal, for me it's just hard to see them getting out of this slump. Because of this, I feel the old FPL favourite Aguero could be a decent shout for this week. He hasn't been playing exceptionally well, but he's still finding a goal here and there recently. And with Aguero currently in my team, I feel pretty good about that, going into a fixture against an Arsenal side who are completely devoid of confidence. Okay, and that wraps up the FPL episode for Game Week 30. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and once again, apologies for being away for so long. If you are new here by any chance, make sure to get subscribed for more FPL content in the future. I promise to do my best to upload as much as I can, but I have just been so busy lately. Take it easy and good luck for Game Week 30.